massive, absolutely huge, enormous piece of granite. It's certainly the size of a couple of vans, so I'd probably say it's one of these pieces that's 50 million years or something in the making. How it got here, I have got absolutely no idea. But I'm going to show you something interesting. When I climb down, look, just so you know I'm climbing down. This piece is fractured. Right, watch this. This is quite interesting. Right. Now that's the way up, right? Look there. You see it? You see that? That's like a blast mark from dynamite. Sure it is. That's been blasted. What do you reckon, guys? That's a shock mark. And look, you can see it all coming off. Or did this fall out of the sky? That's definitely a blast mark of some sort. And there's another blast mark there. See it? See it? I don't know what caused that. I've never seen anything like that before. Just to give you a scale of where I am, right? This is a massive rolling hill. It's kind of left of Cairngorm, and this rock is. Let me quickly turn this. Bear with me, my battery's down. Now look, it's maybe 3 or 4 times the height of me, and there you go. It's unbelievable. There must be a couple of 100 tons in it, I would say. It's got to be at least a couple of 100 tons in it. And here's a little strange thing, right? Look at that. See the skull? That's just lichen. But look, it actually forms a perfect skull. There's other ones as well, but that's a real oddity. And when I'm sitting under here, the overhang is massive. But isn't that something? It's one of the biggest boulders I've ever seen in Scotland. There are other notable boulders, you know, in similar kind of size, but those blast marks are something I've never seen before. I don't know what caused that. It's so strange. Really, really strange. Never seen anything like it. It's weird, really, really weird rock. Anyway, I just thought I'd show you that. It's an item that I find interesting. It's an interesting object. I'm trying to get some of the scale here to show you the scale. Look, you see the scale? I mean, there's 5-6 vehicles down there at the bottom of this screen. I'm now about probably 50 feet away from it. So there you go. And it just sits there right at the top of a little ledge as if it could roll, but it's apparently been there for hundreds of years, so I don't think it's going to go anytime soon, but I wouldn't like to be down the glen if it came on top. So I'm just crossing a kind of boulder field here. Well, I'm skipping it. The rock beneath me is all a kind of granite, and there's all sorts of things. There's geognite, there's all sorts of stuff here, all sorts of rock. All the types what Cairngorm's famous for. I'm just just having a stretch here. I'm just having a stretch. I saw a couple of what I believe is a couple of ptarmigan earlier up here. So I'm just wondering if I can bump into them. I'm sure they were ptarmigan, I don't think they were grouse. Well, just as I say it, look, there's droppings. Anyway, it's a breezy night, but it's a nice night. So it is. Rain's coming in again. Doesn't matter. We don't care. It's only water. When you're motoring up these hills, guys, don't breathe shallow. It's completely ineffective. Every half a dozen breaths, take a good one and hold it. Allow your lungs to absorb the oxygen. If you breathe too shallow, it's in and out. Your lungs tend to work harder. But a lot of conquering these mountains is in the head. Which is something some people claim to understand, but they don't. People talk about mental strength when they've never been tested mentally. And then they relay it to their followers, which is an even greater crime, because you guys rely on us guys to tell the truth and give you facts. So I don't want to tell you something that I haven't tried and tested and understood the outcome. So, to be honest, you have to see me like this. Breathing hard. Trying to catch my breath. Breathing hard. It's not all roses. It's not all sweatless gym sessions and painless endeavours on the hills. No blisters, no sweat, no trips, no falls. All of that occurs because that's reality. And if I ever take on an endeavour which on that particular given day defeats me, I will share it. Why? Because you have to see it. I'm human. I'm not a machine. I'm not a robot. Some days you just can't get up that hill. You haven't had the right carbohydrate intake, electrolytes, you're not correctly hydrated, you're lacking salt so you cramp up. Believe me, some of this is hard work. I consider myself fairly fit for my age. I'm fitter than the average guy, for sure I am. I'm not a machine. And at this kind of elevation, when you're approaching kind of 700-800 metres, close to 1,000 metres getting, your body requires duration of the activity. You're going to breathe heavily and you're going to struggle. And you're going to understand what it means to gasp for air. When your brain is telling you, or you're psychologically, an impulse is telling you that you can't get enough air, that you're desperate for air, people start to panic. People start to panic. And what does panic create? Panic creates stress. What is stress? Stress is a negative emotion, it's a negative energy. And what does it take? What does stress use? Stress feeds off energy. The more you panic, the more energy you dispense of. So, understand stress and understand panic and remove it from the spectrum of emotions that you experience. Can it be done? Yes, it can be done. Well, do you have the strength to do that? Of course you do. You just don't know it yet. If in doubt, try it out. So, balanced again. I'm balanced again. Why? Because I'm in control of this, guys. Several things are happening just now. I'm in an elevated, exposed environment. I have limited kit, but I know exactly where I am geographically. And where I am here, I only have to do that and walk in a downward motion and I'm back to start. There is no other way for me to get lost. No panic. Do it with my eyes shut. Walk round, walk down. I know where I am. I'm not too far off the beaten track, I'm not too far out there. I'm just having a nice leisurely stretch and I want to demonstrate about breathing and how important it is. So, okay, oxygen in, hold it, be in control. Don't waste it, guys, don't waste energy. And don't do this. Learn to control your breathing. Do you know when you learn how to breathe correctly? When you stop and pay attention to it. Everybody does it wrong. That's not me generalising. That's a fact. Everybody is getting it wrong. Why? Because we take it for granted. Right? You take it for granted. And basically, if you take it for granted that it's just something that you do and you pay no attention to it, you'll never get it right. The basic physiology of the body revolves around breathing. Something that the high 90% of the population do completely wrong. They breathe shallow, which never ever increases lung capacity. They breathe far too many times in a minute, and the only thing to be gained from that is a complete lack of understanding about basic physiology. The basics. I'm not a medical student, I'm not a practitioner of anything like that. Fundamentally, the basics are air in, air out, fuel in, fuel out, balanced levels of energy depleted levels of energy. There's very little else which is a major factor. There will be a million people out there that can explain it better than me. I'm just trying to do it in layman's terms. Okay? So I don't want to be... This is how important it is. When you work in your breathing, it gives me a lot of focus on other things, right? So I'll shorten this selfie stick and I'll show you what I mean. Watch my feet, right? Watch them. Hey, look. So all along here, right? This is what I'm going to do now. If I fall just now, you're going to see it, right? Look. What am I doing? What am I doing, right? What am I doing? I'm jumping from stone to stone. Why am I doing it? Because all my focus is on it and all my attention's on it. What am I not wasting attention thinking about? Breathing. It's one less thing on the list, guys. I'm sure-footed. I need to cross this stream, or I need to jump this dike. You might take this for granted and say, what's he talking about? I don't want to break my ankle. I don't want to invert my tendons or twist it or damage anything. So, if I master my breathing and I master the basics, then my focus is entirely elsewhere, because the thing I'm doing, which is keeping me on track and keeping me focused and keeping me balanced, is my breathing. If I'm gasping for air, I'm looking up, I'm looking elsewhere, I'm trying to hold on to things, I'm reaching out for help that's not there. Are you getting me? So, breathing is fundamental to a good day. If you've gone all through your life having never thought about it, then you've missed a trick. Now, I hate to say that to you, and it's never meant to insult. I'll never do that. This is about learning, and I'm trying to learn every single day to increase myself. I'm a better version of myself physically, mentally stronger than I was 20 years ago when I was at my absolute peak physically. Mentally, I'm better. I've always known about breathing, but I know more today about it than I've ever known. Why? Because I want to. I want to tick every box. I want every single advantage that I can possibly get in my favour to make sure I have a good day. If I'm walking across these moorlands, right, and I'm breathing so much that I can't speak, it's not going to be very enjoyable for the viewer, is it? Some people might like it, most won't. So, in order to guarantee that I'm able to speak when I'm under strenuous, expenditure of energy, I have to be fit. I have to physically be able to do this for extended periods. Stick on a pack. You can't map read. You can't accurately map read in foul weather, inclement weather, dark weather, if you can't breathe. You can't set up a tent and cook and function correctly and adequately in order to, create hot food and hot drinks and look after people and make sure a tent's secure